What's up, Sweat Across Canada family? This is Impact Magazine, and I'm Jessie Thomas, owner of Farm Girl Fitness, and I am here to get you moving today with a quick 30-minute TRX guns and glutes workout here on Instagram Live. So I'd love to know where you're watching from. Comment below, give us a shout out, give us a hello, and let's get moving. But before we do, let's talk about how this live came to be. First of all, I'm super proud to be here and be part of Impact Magazine's team. They asked me to come and do a live workout for you as one of Canada's top instructors and trainers for 2022. The honor is absolutely all mine. So thank you, Impact Magazine Canada, so much for having me. I'm coming to you live from my studio located in Milton, Ontario. If you're watching from across the country or someplace else, that's about 45 to 50 minutes west of Toronto. And a little bit about us and Farm Girl Fitness. We're almost 2 years old. We started during and because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And we are a small boutique fitness studio that focuses on fresh air fitness year round. So you can learn more about our story if you check out our website or our Instagram page, farmgirlfitness.ca. You can learn what we're all about. But the long story short is we started outside because that's all we could do in the pandemic, but eventually we had to convert into an indoor facility. So where I'm coming to you from today is actually what used to be a horse barn that we converted into a fitness studio to help keep people moving year round. So let's get ready to go. One more thing before we do is you need to know about the sponsor that made this live happen, and that is Neil's Yards Remedies. They have kindly set up a prize for after when this workout is done. Here's how you're going to win. What you're looking to win is one of their all-natural peppermint and lime deodorants, aluminum-free, all-natural. I haven't even smelt it yet, but it sounds amazing. They're giving one of those away to one lucky winner. So what you need to do to win is you need to make sure you're following Impact Magazine Canada. You also need to make sure you're following Neil's Yard Remedies _Canada. After that, you're going to find the post from yesterday that talks about this workout, Sweating Across Canada with me. And you're going to tag a friend in that post, and one lucky winner is going to win that awesome sounding deodorant. So be sure to check them out and follow along. So like I mentioned, 30-minute workout today using a TRX suspension trainer. If you don't have one at home, but you still want to follow along, the moves are very simplistic today. We're going to focus on upper body and lower body. We're going to work on squat and lunge. We're going to work on biceps, triceps, and a little bit of shoulders and back. You could do similar movements with hand weights if you had them, but we're gonna focus on the suspension trainer. So if you do have one at home, make sure it's set up securely. Make sure if it's on the door that you've got the door locked on the one side so that nobody can open that door. And as we go along in the workout, I'm gonna always tell you what move we're doing, what length your strap should be at, and what position you should be facing. You'll hear me say facing to or facing away from the anchor. You're also going to look out for a couple things. Number one, the main principle with all things TRX, we're focusing on plank and posture. So even when we're standing today, even when we're working on biceps, triceps, and a little bit of back, you're still going to be working core since you're going to be thinking about that proper posture and plank the whole way through. The other thing you're going to pay attention to is how can I make or progress this move if I wanted to. So in squats and the lunges, we're going to talk about range of motion and different options you have there. You've got 3 rounds of work. First round, we're just going to go through the basics. Second round, we're going to tweak it a little bit, show some ways that you can add in or change it up a bit. Third round, we're going to go for speed. And if we've got time left, we're going to go for a little challenge at the end with a little TRX burpee. Don't be afraid. I've got you. So great to see everybody today. Again, give me a little shout out where you're watching from. We'd love to know. It's great to be connected across the country. So let's get warmed up. We're going to do a real simple TRX warm up. Again, if you have more time, you're watching this back later and you want to add to it or take something away, as always, you're going to listen to your body first and foremost and adjust as need be. So I'm going to grab my set of straps and get set up. You want to be at mid-length on your straps, facing your anchor. We're going to focus on 3 main warm-up moves and focusing on hips and shoulders. and then we'll get into the work. All the work today is going to be by time, so you're going to listen for my timing. That allows you to move as fast or as slow as you want to. Don't worry about counting reps today, just follow along with time. Let's get moving. So mid-length on your straps, please. You're going to turn and face away from your anchor with hands on the handles. I want you to take a big step forward, arms up into like a Y, think like YMCA arms. You're going to bend your front knee to open up that hip flexor and stretch out your chest. Hold that for about 3 seconds, step back and switch. Big forward step with a Y fly up and overhead, step back and switch. So this is to help us open up that hip flexor, especially if you've been sitting a lot today. Maybe if you're watching us on the West Coast, you're just getting going today. Nice to have you. I'm here, like I mentioned, in Southern Ontario, so it is lunchtime for me around here, but gotta get that little bit of workout in before we go, right? So plant that foot. Once you plant the foot, bend the front knee. Keep bending, keep bending, keep bending, and then step back and switch. As you do, lift your head, lift your chest, and then push the hip forward, and you should feel that getting a little bit easier as time goes on. If you can't feel the stretch, you probably just need to step forward a little bit. If you're too far back, you won't feel it. One more time on each leg. Big breath in as you go into that stretch. Good stuff. Up and relax. Good job. Facing the anchor, hanging onto the handles for some support. I want you to take a knee up, out, and down, then reverse. Up, in, and down. Switch sides. Up, out, and down. Up, in, and down. So again, we're waking up the hips gently, right? Muscle warm up, that'll come too. But we've got to get those hips working to get us ready for those squats and lunges that are coming. The great thing about this TRX workout is that anybody can do it. If you have a suspension trainer, it doesn't matter what your fitness level, because you get to choose, you get to adjust and make it your own. One more on each side like that. Good, up, out, and down. One more time on the other side. Good stuff. All right, warm-up move number 2. You're gonna put your hands in the foot cradles with your palms facing towards the anchor. You're gonna reach your arms up as high as they can go, and you're gonna walk backwards until your straps are tight. Now, if I go back any farther, you're not gonna see me, so I'm gonna stay right about here for now. We're gonna do a wall slide. That means elbows come down to about 90 degrees, and you're gonna practice squeezing your shoulder blades back and down. Press back on the foot cradles as you rise up. Press back on the foot cradles as you go down. Good, keep going. Practice squeezing shoulder blades together and pulling them down as your elbows reach 90 degrees. This helps us to get mobilizing through the upper back, through the scapula, and it's going to help us when we go to pull and push later on. Good. One more time. If your shoulders are burning a little, you're doing it right. Good. One last warm-up move. Golf rotation. Hands in front, feet under your hips. You're going to reach and swing. Release the back heel, come back to center. Switch to the other side. Nice, easy, smooth rotation. Arms up and overhead. So we're getting some gentle rotation on the spine, but we're getting a great stretch down through the arms as well. So if you can't feel the stretch, go back away from the anchor a bit and try leaning into the handles a bit more at the top. Good. One last time. Perfect. And let's get ready to go. So we're going to start first round. Like I said, upper body, lower body focus. We're going to alternate between the two. Your first move is a basic, kind of by extension, another part of the warm-up, a warm-up squat. So you're going to stay at mid-length just like you have. You're going to find your feet wider than your hips, your elbows underneath your shoulders, toes turned out just a little. Follow along with me. We're going to go for 1 minute, nice and easy. Extend the arms for 1. Sit all the way down for 2, knees open. Shift forward, stand straight up. Try that again. 1, sit all the way down. 2, shift forward so you're flat-footed. 3, press out of your heels, stand up. Keep going. Long arms, sit down, shift forward. So you know you're in the right spot on the shift forward. If you could, let go of your handles and still be upright. If you feel like you're still kind of leaning back and you would fall, you know you need to shift a bit more. Keep going. So as we go through this workout today, I'm going to give you some tips and some coaching cues. I might stop moving, but you're going to keep going, right? Right. Good. As you shift forward, yes, you're flat-footed. As you stand up, though, I want you to push out of your heels. Keep it moving, team. 7 seconds. Knees open, push. One last time. Good. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. So that's a great move because A, you're getting those squat muscles firing, but you opened up the hips a little bit more. Let's get into a low row. Move your straps up to short, please, or all the way up. So still facing your anchor, feet under your hips, elbows under your shoulders, shoulders back and down. This is the first time today we really get to practice that standing plank. You're going to lengthen your arms straight, body stays long, ribs pull down, and we're going to pull towards the chest. Give it a try. 1 minute. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Lengthen, pull, squeeze between the shoulder blades. Now I want you to move at a good, slow, steady pace. We're here for 1 minute, okay? So you get to choose how fast you go. But what I'd like you to start to contemplate as we go into some of these movements is progressing that move early on to try and find what your best angle might be today. Don't wait until the end of the set. If you know you have your movement down pat, you're feeling those muscles contract in your upper back, your plank feels good and solid, start to move your feet towards the anchor to make it a little bit tougher. The beauty of TRX is, if it gets too tough, what do? Step back and keep going, right? That's right. Pull the shoulder blades together and then squeeze everything down. Hold that plank nice and strong. And if you're progressing your angle, you're going to want to come back onto your heel, lift your toe off the ground if your flooring and your footing lets you, so that you can get really strong and long through that leg, maintaining your plank. Last one, and relax. Good job. Take the straps back to mid-length. Let's get into the legs again. You're going to find a lunge, a basic step back lunge, again, just to get the technique and the basics down pat. So with your elbows underneath your shoulders, facing your anchor, feet under your hips, long step back, drop down, push out of your heel, and stand back up. Let's give that a try. 1 minute, off you go. Big step, drop, push, and lift for a little balance work. If your balance feels off today, you don't want to lift that knee, just tap back in, and you're good to go. That's it. So as you lengthen, you're lengthening that leg nice and long so that as you bend both knees, it allows you to travel straight down. Think of shoulder over hip in this case, knee roughly around the ankle, and moving straight down. How far down you go is completely up to you, right? Keep going. You've got about 25 seconds left. Should be starting to feel this already, right? We're pushing out of that front heel. So that means we're using our glute to stand up. We're not using our hands to stand up. The hands are just here to help us out, lift through the chest, and help that posture. But it's all legs, right? For sure. Quads, glutes, hamstrings, and bonus, we're working a little balance. 3, 2, 1. Switch to the other leg. Ready, set, go. Other side. Big step. Drop, push, up. Do it again. Step, drop, push, and up. Keep going. Now, what if your knees are bugging you or you tend to feel your lunge a lot in your knees? Make sure that you're really using your glute to get you up by lifting the chest and being aligned top to bottom. If anything is coming forward, it's probably going to create some pressure. Take the pressure off, lean back, and go from there. You got it. So as you're standing up out of that lunge, think squeeze the bum on purpose to help you get back up. That's right. Push. Again, the higher you lift the knee, a little bit of extra work. If you don't want it in, take it out. And the great thing about a lunge too is, if you can't go super low just yet, go as far as you can and work your way up. You're almost there. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Good job. Let's get into some biceps. You're still at mid-length. You're still going to be facing the anchor. Feet under your hips this time. You're going to go under hand grip on the handles and hands at your temples. Elbows squeeze in and elbows lift. Shoulders down. Extend the arms nice and straight. And curl back up to where you started. Ready? Set. Off you go. 1 minute. Lengthen the arms, curl back up, and do it again. Take a little step in to make it harder. Now here's a tip. Whenever we're working something upper body, where the angle we have makes a difference, think of it this way. Smaller muscles, smaller steps, right? So that low row, you could have taken some bigger steps. Bicep though, it's a lot smaller. So don't think that that 1/8 of an inch step doesn't make a difference. It totally does. Try to find that adjustment early on. Maybe do 1 or 2. When it gets too heavy, slowly start to work your way back. Take the edge off. Keep the elbows up nice and high. Always returning your hands back to where you started, regardless of the angle. That's it. Good. Belly button pulls in. Team, you're almost there. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Lengthen those straps out all the way long, please. So, thumbs on the buckle, either press down or pull back. Pull them down as far as they will go. We're going to turn and face away from the anchor for a front squat. This is one of my favorite squats. You're going to take your straps and you're going to put them underneath your armpit. This is where we need some of that Meals, Yards, Remedies deodorant, I think, right? Don't stink up your straps. That's not cool, okay? So straps under the armpits, hands at the side of your ribs. Body is going to walk backwards to about 45 degrees. So I'm on my toes and I've got feet under my hips. It's a front squat, but it's totally different than the other one, okay? So on my toes, I'm going to bend my knees, hips push back, push out of my toes to stand up. My heels never touch the ground. Give it a try for 1 minute, slow and steady. 3, 2, 1. Give it a go. Bend the knees, push out of the toes, stand back up. Try again. Bend the knees, hips back, push. So this squat is great because it's just a great partner to those other squats. The other squat we did, big focus on the glutes. This one, as you might be able to tell already, calves and quads. That's it. So you're gonna finish that squat by standing all the way up. That's it. This is a move where changing the angle doesn't help you out, right? If I'm too far down, my knees are gonna come too far to the ground. I wanna stay at that 45-degree angle. I wanna make sure that the sides of my ribs, that's where my hands are resting. They're not pushing away, but they're staying touching. My knees are tracking forward. And if you're in the right spot, you can feel those calves and quads, right? You're almost there. As fast or as slow as you like. Good. Final couple reps. And rest. Well done. All right, last move of the round, and then we're going to repeat with some little changes, is tricep extension. So I need you to go to mid-length on your straps. Mid-length. We're going to turn and face away from the anchor. We're going to start with hands straight out in front of us, wrists in line with our shoulders roughly. I like to start with wide feet for this, easier foot stance, and adjust as I go, right? From here, elbows are going to bend, knuckles to your forehead, and we're going to push away. So as much as this is a big tricep move, it's a big core move as well. So we're going to have lots of glute squeeze to help us out. Let's give it a go. Slow and steady. 1 minute. 3, 2, 1. Off you go. Knuckles to forehead, and then push away. If it feels easy or moderate, tiny step back. Remember the rule. The smaller the muscle, the smaller the step. As you travel forward, think about bringing everything with you at the same time. So it's not like your hips hang back. It's not like your head goes forward first. Everything stays in line. So a great thing that I like to think of when doing this move is, as I'm traveling this way, I'm going to pull my chin back the opposite way. My head would love to fall forward on this move. I'm going to pull it back. Yep. Same with my belly. My belly would love to go forward. I'm going to pull it in, and I'm going to squeeze my bum to help support my plank and my low back. Please tell me you're feeling the back of your arm right now. This is often the move everybody says they feel the next day. And if it is, you send me a message, okay? Last one, and relax. All right, we are flying. So let's get into round 2. Round 2 is going to be shorter, 45 seconds. We're working on similar moves. We're just going to tweak them a little bit. So staying with the mid-length, We're gonna go into a squat, but single leg squat, 45 seconds on each side, okay? So elbows under shoulders, feet under hips, one leg up. Remember, the motion of squat, 2 feet, is the same motion on one leg. So how far down you go, it's completely up to you. You're gonna give it a try though. 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, push your hips back, push out of your heel, stand up. Bend your knee, push your hips back, push out of your heel, squeezing the bum as you come up to complete the move. Now this is such a great move because now we're getting into single-sided work. So most of us have a stronger side and a weaker side, I'm gonna guess, right? This is a great way to help you eventually even out those sides. If you always do 2-footed things, your strong side will probably always take over. One side might feel a bit weaker here, but that's okay. You're gonna keep going, right? 7, 6, 5, 4, hips back. 3, 2, 1, feet under hips, reset. Other side, we go. That's it. Hips push back and stand back up. Now I don't know about you, but this is my slightly weaker side. So I might move a little bit slower, that's fine. You wanna make sure the glute is the biggest thing you're feeling in this move. If you're feeling your quad more than your glute, you're probably going forward and not back with the hips. So try to push backwards. If you need a reminder, put the foot down, find that good squat position, just lift one foot up and stand right back up. You got it. Keep going. 10, 9. If you want more, sit a little bit lower, right? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Good stuff. Let's go to short and let's find high row. All the way up to short. Now high row, a little bit harder than low row, that's okay. We've got to fight to keep the elbows high and wide in this move and shoulders down at the same time. That's the hard bit. Let's go. Lengthen the arms, body stays in a plank, ribs pull down, pull high and wide, and go again. If that felt okay, step in now. If that one felt okay, step in again. If that one's getting harder but it's still doable, step in again. Elbows high, right? So we're not trying to get hands up, we're trying to keep elbows up and hands down. So as you pull your elbows high, your shoulders are going to try to creep up. You're going to do your best to pull them down, engage through the back, and stabilize through the shoulder. You're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Good job. All right, on to the next. We go back to lunge. Put the straps back to mid-length, please. Mid-length. So last time we did the step back and touch lunge. I'll show you a way you can level up a little bit if you want to. You're gonna step back. I'm gonna shorten this a bit actually, just so I can stay within the frame, because I want you to see what I'm doing with my back foot. I'm gonna step back, but hover my back foot, balance lunge. So I travel down just like if I had a foot on the floor, but I'm gonna hover that foot over the ground to get back up. If that doesn't work, stick with the one we did at the beginning. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Lengthen and push. So extend the arms, travel backwards and down to get your lunge. So same advice, if you do this move, you can't feel your glute as your main pusher, there's a chance you're going down but not back, right? That's gonna put all the pressure in the front, which eventually is gonna create pressure on the knee. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna think extend and bend, push through the heel, stand up. You got it. So at the bottom of that balance lunge, you're gonna have some pressure on the hands, that's okay. I want you to think about how you get up. Are you using your hands to get up? Hint, no. Or are you using your glute, pressing from the heel to stand straight up? 3, 2, 1, switch to the other side. Ready? Set, off you go, switch legs, extend, bend, push. Keep going. Extend, bend, push out of your heel. Think of the word push so that you don't dare pull on the way up. A great tip I like to use with my clients is, as you're about to stand out of a lunge like that, try taking a pinky or a pinky and a ring finger off of the handles. If that changes the way your lunge feels or makes it harder, that tells you you're probably gripping too much on the way up. So try that. Extend, bend, yeah. If you can, take some of those fingers off. It shouldn't change your lunge too much as you stand up because you are using your glute and not your hands. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good stuff. Let's go biceps. We're gonna go bicep clutch. So still at mid-length. Last time we did the curl. This time you're gonna go clutch. So I'm actually gonna face you for a second. Imagine I'm holding the handles. You're gonna put knuckles together at the center of your chest with your elbows up. Holding your plank, you're gonna extend your arms, hands stay together, come back, elbows high, knuckles together, clutch for 45 seconds. 3, 2, 1, extend. Now go back to where you were. Elbows up, 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 up. Yeah, so it's not elbows down and drop. It's not elbows down and then lift up. It's elbows up, elbows up, elbows up. Hands stay together, come back to the center of your chest. Now this is a great move because you're gonna feel biceps right away, but you're gonna get a little bit of shoulders too as you're fighting to keep that elbow up nice and high. So remember, small steps in to make it harder, small steps back. If you're losing the plank, if you're feeling fatigued and you can't hold on, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Good job. All right, we go front squat. So we're lengthening the straps all the way long. And we're gonna go straps under the armpits, facing away from the anchor, hands at the side of the ribs just like you did. Now, I was hopeful to get a third speed set in, but it's not gonna happen because time is escaping us. And I wanna get that